Well, folks, it seems Donald Trump is back at it, shaking things up in Washington with the subtlety of a runaway monster truck rally. His latest endeavor? A complete overhaul of the U.S. government, aiming to streamline operations and cut through the red tape that has long been a hallmark of federal bureaucracy. This time, he's aiming his sights at the sprawling behemoth that is the U.S. government, declaring a Manhattan Project for government efficiency. It's a bold move, one that promises to bring sweeping changes to how things are done in the nation's capital. Yes, you heard that right. He wants to make the government efficient. Imagine a world where government processes are streamlined, where paperwork doesn't pile up to the ceiling, and where decisions are made swiftly and effectively. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, that's about as likely as finding a vegan at a sausage fest. The idea of an efficient government seems almost laughable, doesn't it? And you wouldn't be entirely wrong. After all, government bureaucracy is about as famous for its efficiency as pandas are for their robust sex drive. The slow-moving nature of government processes has been a running joke for decades. But love him or hate him, Trump has never been one to shy away from a bold, if seemingly paradoxical, promise. His track record shows a penchant for tackling the impossible, and this time, he set his sights on the very heart of American governance. So what exactly does this grand plan entail? It's not just about cutting costs or reducing staff. It's about a complete cultural shift within the government, one that embraces innovation and efficiency at every level. Well, buckle up, because it involves a healthy dose of Silicon Valley swagger, bringing in the tech world's best practices to modernize government operations. A dash of pharmaceutical entrepreneurship, leveraging the agility and innovation seen in the private sector to revamp public services. And a whole lot of ambition. This isn't just a minor tweak. It's a full-scale transformation aimed at making the government more responsive and effective. This isn't your grandfather's government reform, folks. It's a new era, one that promises to bring the government into the 21st century with a bang. This is about to get interesting. Whether it succeeds or fails, one thing is for sure. The landscape of American bureaucracy is about to change in ways we've never seen before. To spearhead this ambitious endeavor, Trump has created a brand new cabinet-level department, the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE for short. This department is tasked with a mission that many have deemed nearly impossible, yet crucial for the future of the nation. Now, I can't be sure if they chose that acronym ironically because, let's be honest, the image of a Shiba Inu trying to navigate the labyrinthine halls of government bureaucracy is pretty hilarious. The playful acronym has certainly caught the public's attention, sparking both amusement and curiosity. However, the name shouldn't fool you. Behind the lighthearted acronym lies a serious mission. The Department of Government Efficiency is not just a whimsical idea. It is a calculated move to address long-standing issues within the federal system. This new department has been given a Herculean task to streamline government operations, eliminate waste, and basically perform a root canal on the federal budget without the benefit of anesthesia. The goal is to cut through the red tape and make the government more responsive and effective. It's a tall order, no doubt, and one that has left many political analysts scratching their heads. The skepticism is palpable, with experts questioning whether such a monumental task can be achieved without significant upheaval. Is this a genuine attempt at much-needed reform, or just another example of Trumpian showmanship? The president has a history of making bold moves that capture headlines, but the effectiveness of these initiatives often remains a topic of debate. Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure. DOGE has its work cut out for it. The department will need to navigate a complex web of regulations, entrenched interests, and bureaucratic inertia. Success will require not just innovative thinking, but also a relentless commitment to change. The stakes are high, and the nation will be watching closely to see if DOGE can deliver on its promises. Now for the real head-scratcher, who did Trump tap to lead this bureaucratic blitzkrieg? The answer might surprise you. None other than Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. Yes, you heard that right. Yes, that Elon Musk, the guy who sends rockets into space, digs tunnels for electric cars, and occasionally tweets himself into a legal quagmire. Musk, the visionary behind SpaceX and Tesla, is known for pushing the boundaries of technology and innovation. His ventures have revolutionized space travel, electric vehicles, and even urban transportation with his Boring Company. And Ramaswamy? He's the biotech entrepreneur and author who's been making waves with his criticisms of corporate social responsibility and woke capitalism. Ramaswamy founded Roivant Sciences, a biopharmaceutical company that has developed numerous drugs and therapies. He's also penned books that challenge the status quo in corporate America, advocating for a return to traditional business values. It's a pairing about as conventional as a platypus wearing a monocle. These two mavericks come from vastly different industries but share a common trait, a penchant for disruption. On paper, their resumes scream disruption, not government. Musk's ventures are all about breaking new ground, while Ramaswamy's focus on biotech innovation and corporate reform is equally transformative. But maybe that's the point. Perhaps Trump is looking for leaders who can think outside the box, who aren't afraid to challenge the status quo and bring fresh perspectives to the table. Trump seems to be banking on their outsider status, their reputation for shaking things up, and their, let's say, unorthodox approaches to problem solving. He's betting that their innovative thinking and bold strategies can cut through the red tape and bring about real change. Whether this gamble pays off or blows up in everyone's faces remains to be seen. It's a high-stakes decision that could either revolutionize the way government operates or lead to unprecedented chaos. Only time will tell if Musk and Ramaswamy can navigate the complexities of government with the same finesse they've shown in their respective fields. So, what exactly is on the D.O.G.E agenda? Well, the first order of business waste reduction. Think of it as Marie Kondoing the federal budget. Except instead of asking, does this spark joy, they'll be asking, does this justify its existence in the face of our crippling national debt? Musk has already hinted at plans to bring his ruthless efficiency from Tesla and SpaceX to the table, promising to launch bureaucratic bloat into the sun and make government as lean and mean as a Falcon 9 rocket. Ramaswamy, on the other hand, is championing an entrepreneurial approach to government, advocating for increased privatization, deregulation, and a healthy dose of competition. Whether these Silicon Valley solutions can fix the deeply ingrained problems of government bureaucracy is up for debate. Like any good reality TV show, and let's be honest, this presidency has been one long, stressful season, Trump has set a hard deadline for D.O.G.E to achieve its goals, July 4, 2026. Yes, Independence Day, because what's more American than celebrating freedom from excessive government regulation? It's an ambitious timeline, to say the least, and one that has drawn skepticism from both sides of the aisle. Critics argue that overhauling the entire government in just a few years is an impossible task, akin to trying to teach a sloth to do parkour. Supporters, however, believe that Musk and Ramaswamy's unorthodox approaches and move fast and break things mentality might be just what Washington needs. Section 6. A government run like a business impact and Republican ideals. The creation of D.O.G.E and its ambitious goals have sent shockwaves through Washington and beyond. Supporters, primarily those who align with Republican views on limited government and fiscal responsibility, see it as a long overdue shakeup of a bloated and inefficient system. The potential impact of a truly efficient government is undeniable. Imagine a world with shorter wait times at the DMV, a tax code that actually makes sense, and a government that spends your hard-earned tax dollars responsibly. It sounds almost utopian, doesn't it? Of course, the devil is in the details. How exactly Musk and Ramaswamy plan to achieve these lofty goals remains to be seen. Section 7. Echoes of the Past. Historical Parallels and Fiscal Conservatism. The idea of shrinking the size and scope of government is nothing new. It's a recurring theme in American politics, particularly within the Republican Party. From Ronald Reagan's famous declaration that government is not the solution to our problem, government is the problem, to the Tea Party movement's fervent calls for fiscal responsibility, there's always been a contingent of Americans who believe the government is too big, too powerful, and too wasteful. Whether D.O.G.E will succeed where others have failed is anyone's guess. But the historical context, the deep-seated desire for fiscal conservatism, and the sheer audacity of the endeavor make it a fascinating and potentially pivotal moment in American governance. Section 8. A New Era of Governance. The creation of D.O.G.E could potentially mark a significant shift in how the U.S. government operates. If successful, it could usher in an era of streamlined processes, reduced bureaucracy, and a more fiscally responsible approach to governance. Imagine a future where government services are as efficient and user-friendly as the apps on your smartphone. It sounds like a tech CEO's fever dream, but that seems to be the vision driving DOGE. However, the potential downsides are just as significant. Critics warn of job losses, reduced government services, and the potential for privatization to prioritize profits over the public good. Section 9. Only time will tell. The legacy of DOGE. So, will DOGE go down in history as a stroke of genius or a colossal boondoggle? Will Musk and Ramaswamy become the unlikely saviors of American governance? Or will their Silicon Valley swagger crash and burn against the immovable wall of Washington bureaucracy? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the next few years are going to be a wild ride. So buckle up, America, because the DOGE